This video is sponsored by Intego. Stick around until the end to find out more. This is the ASUS ProArt 5K monitor, and it offers something that not many monitors at this price point, or even in general, can offer, and that's a 5K monitor with retina quality at 218 pixels per inch. That number is incredibly important. The 218 ppi is the sweet spot for 5K retina and is what the Apple Studio Display and the Pro Display XDR offer, though the latter is a 6K panel. Either way, there aren't many affordable options out there until right now with this ASUS ProArt 5K display. Now, this monitor retails for $799, and the most important aspect of a monitor, in my opinion, is obviously the display quality. And everything that I just mentioned here earlier about hitting that 218 ppi number is the main reason why I recommend this display, because I am so used to a Studio Display or Pro Display, or just any display from Apple, and I'm just quite frankly spoiled at how good they are for my daily use. And nothing has really matched that until now. And so I'm happy that you can get one of these style monitors for nearly half of the Studio Display and thousands less than a Pro Display XDR. Of course, there are many other superficial reasons why you might want to spend the money on a Studio Display. It's absolutely beautiful compared to this very generic looking monitor. But again, the appeal is not the looks of the body or the materials used, but how your Mac's content looks on the actual display itself. And with that, it's pretty much right up there with Apple Studio Display in terms of that quality that you're getting. So inside of the box, you do get the monitor, you get the stand, and you get some cables to help get you started. As far as connectivity goes, the ProArt offers a 96 watt power delivery USB-C port, DisplayPort and HDMI ports, and a few USB-A ports that are located on the back and on the bottom left of the monitor here for easy access. It's like its own little mini hub. You also have a 3.5mm headphone jack, but the monitor does offer built-in speakers. However, they are really bad, so I highly recommend finding something else for audio, which you probably are going to do that anyways, because most monitors don't really have great speakers, unless it's the Studio Display. That's another reason. Now, as I've kind of hinted at, the monitor isn't made up of any really high quality materials like aluminum, like the Studio Display, but instead you do have some solid plastic pretty much all throughout, even on the stand here, and there's a little cable management slot to slide your cables in. But one con is that the monitor doesn't really do a great job of hiding the cables that are going through this hole here, so it's just still not a very aesthetically pleasing monitor, especially when you have a lot of cables. But remember, the display itself is what we're liking here, so just remember it's function over aesthetics. The bottom chin of the monitor has some ASUS branding and some buttons for navigating throughout the menus. The rest of the monitor frame actually looks pretty sleek. It's got some pretty minimal bezels, and there's really not a whole lot going on around the rest of the frame. And it's got a really nice anti-reflective coating that reduces reflections from windows or other direct harsh lighting sources, which is always great. So for what I do, which is creative work and some graphics and mostly video editing, this monitor is absolutely fantastic. It's very color accurate. Obviously, we talked about the sharp retina quality, so just going to keep hammering that home. We do get that here, and it's just like looking at a Studio Display for me, which I absolutely love because that's what I use on a daily basis, or even the Pro Display XDR, even though the quality there is just a little bit more as it's a 6K panel. It's obviously very affordable compared to the other options that I just mentioned, especially in the 5K Retina category. But if you're going for functional and aesthetically pleasing, you're going to be disappointed like we've talked about. If functionality is your main priority, which I'm definitely hammering home here, and it should be for you, you'll absolutely be happy with this monitor. Unless you want to game on it, in which case, well, you won't like it because it's only a 60 Hz display. But if you're a casual gamer, you can play games on it. It's going to be totally fine. But if you are playing games that would benefit having a 120 Hz or, 244, that higher frame rate, you're not going to get that here. I think this monitor is the perfect monitor for creatives, or really anyone that needs something for work or home use and wants a very crisp, vibrant, and accurate monitor at the 5K Retina quality, like you would get with any Apple display. But you need to really not care about the fancy design or the high quality materials. You can buy a base Mac Mini and this monitor for less than a Studio Display. So just something to keep in mind when you're weighing your options here. So again, should you buy this monitor? Yes, I absolutely recommend it, but I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know what you think, and if you plan on picking one up, or if you already own one, how do you like it? Go ahead and let me know in those comments. Now, before we end today's video, I do want to tell you more about today's sponsor, Intego. There's a belief out there that Macs just can't get viruses or are immune to cyber threats. And unfortunately, that's just simply not true. There are an increasing number of malware threats, in fact, specifically targeting Mac users that can compromise your system and steal your personal data. Not to mention all of the phishing and scam risks, ransomware, etc. So you're going to want to get some protection. And Intego has been protecting Macs against all of this for over 27 years. And they can absolutely help you with its new Mac Premium Bundle X9 solution. Inside the bundle, you get Virus Barrier, which has been widely recognized as the best antivirus for Mac and offers real-time on-demand scanning to prevent suspicious applications from running in the background and can also clean an already infected machine. Virus Barrier can even scan your iOS devices for malware too. You also get Net Barrier, which is a bidirectional firewall that analyzes whether someone is watching your Mac in the background, especially on public Wi-Fi terminals where hacking is made a lot easier. It has a simple to use interface with different settings for work, home, and public modes. Washing Machine is another Mac app, which is a Mac cleaner that cleans up disk space by deleting unnecessary files, and you can also get access to Intego's Privacy Protection VPN, which will auto-hide your IP address and protect you on those public Wi-Fis and enable access to geo-restricted content when you're on the move. You also get Content Barrier for parental controls and Personal Backup to help complement Time Machine, which are all present inside of this bundle. So head down to the description below and click the link for a 65% off discount and try Intego's Mac Premium Bundle today. And you also get a 30-day money-back guarantee in case you end up not liking it. Thanks so much to Intego for sponsoring this video. And of course, this has been Dan with MacRumors. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you around in the next video.